Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
The Watch Your Fire and Rescue Soup Supper is Saturday, January 18th from 5 to 7 p.m. The menu is chili, potato, and Wisconsin cheese soup with desserts. Delivery is available within Watch Your city limits. Call 641-660-2239 or 641-224-5250 to place your order. It's the Watch Your Fire and Rescue Soup Supper this Saturday from 5 to 7. The Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney presents the Faster Horses with opening act Neva Alden in concert Friday, July 18th at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney. The Faster Horses are your one-stop shop for both kinds of music, country and western. If you like high-energy 90s style country music, you're gonna love the Faster Horses. And Neva Alden is one of the best up-and-comers on the Iowa country music scene. And don't forget about the third annual fair kickoff cook-off on Saturday, July 12th. It'll be here before you know it. The concert at the Keokuk County Expo in Sigourney on Friday, July 18th. Style Me Crazy is a boutique store at 115 South Main in New Sharon. Boutique hours are Tuesday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Get fast, free shipping on orders of $150 plus. And they've got hundreds of styles to choose from, plus beauty items, accessories, shoes, and more. Go to StyleMeApparel.com for more information and to see all that they have to offer at Style Me Crazy. Follow Style Me Crazy Boutique on social media or stop in person at 115 South Main in New Sharon. Hey, we are live here at Barnwired in Sigourney for the Iowa Music Showcase here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. And, of course, we'll be having this show on in podcast form a little bit later on today. If you miss it and you just want to listen to it in your vehicle or wherever you're at, we got you covered. We're doing the Iowa Music Showcase, and it's kind of a sleepy crowd. Are you guys awake? Hello, hello.
Really awake.
Quiet crowd at first. Now they come to life. Well, let's bring in Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda. That's from the library. We've got Mrs. Amanda Snakenberg from Barnwired here in Sigourney, Iowa. Amanda, what is happening on this Friday?
Well, the sun is shining and it's actually kind of beautiful out, so that's a plus. I'm excited for that. Yeah, no kidding. It's going to get cold again. Today our lunch special is spaghetti, mixed vegetables, and garlic bread. Our soup is chili, and our sandwich of the week is a ham and Swiss on bagel. Next week is going to be I'm so excited about next week's lunch menu. I can't. Wednesday's smash burgers, and if anybody knows how much I love smash burgers, Wednesday is smash burgers. You're not going to want to miss that. Also, our sandwich of the week, so you can get it any day next week, is another one of my favorites, marinated chicken breast. It is so good. It is not your Italian dressing marinade. It is our house-made dressing or marinade, and it is so good. And our soup is cheeseburger chowder. So, literally, it's my favorites next week. I'm so excited about it.
What is a smash burger? I don't know what a smash burger is.
So,
Explain
the way we do it is we have 2 patties and put cheese in them and melt them, and then there's a special sauce we put on it. And you flip the bun, it's backwards, so it's like a grilled cheese.
And then does Jim
smash burger.
Sit on it and smash it? Or?
Jim's gone next week. Jim's taking a week off next week.
Oh, wow.
But yes, you use a patty press and you press it down, so they're thinner patties. But there's 2 of them. And then there's sautéed onions, really thin sliced onions.
Why would you ruin it with onions?
I don't like raw onions, but I like sautéed onions. So
all right,
you can get it without the onion. It's still good.
All right. Put your hands together for Amanda. Thank you, Amanda, for coming up and telling us. Oh, yes, we do have basketball. Of course we've got basketball. It's right here on Steve Shetler Media tonight. So get out and support your Sigourney Savages at HLV tonight in Victor. So if you can't make it to the game, which we encourage you to do, you can always watch it right here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. All right, so we've got our guest for the Iowa Music Showcase, and that is Mr. Empty Smith. Empty. What was your mom and dad thinking when they called you Empty?
Well, they weren't thinking that. Thank the good Lord, right there. So, no, it was a name when I was deciding to launch this project. I thought, well, my real name's Micah. So, hi.
Spoiler.
If I haven't met you right there. But the shallower answer is that my initials are MT. So you put that together, it's kind of the homonym. Second part of that is that there are actually quite a few Micah Smiths out on the internet.
Right.
Yeah, believe it or not. So I know one of them, strange enough. So I was thinking, okay, I need something that is going to differentiate me from the 1.5 million other people that are out there. And then the third answer was when I decided to start this project, I was at a place where I didn't really know if I was going to do music again.
Okay.
I had kind of gone through a pretty rough patch, and when thinking about this project, it was kind of like sometimes you get emptied out in your life of everything that you thought was going to happen to be filled up again. So that's where the deeper empty part of that. So empty is not necessarily a bad thing, depending upon what can be filled into it.
I like it. I mean, it's original. I've never heard anybody call themselves Empty.
Yeah. So, well, that's the whole point. Like you like, that's weird. Let me ask more about this.
Yes.
Case in point.
Yes.
Here's the question right
Yes.
here.
So Empty Smith.
Yes, sir.
I like it. Make sure.
Yeah.
And you've got you've got social media, Facebook, at least Facebook. I know.
I got Facebook, Instagram, TikTok while it lasts, I guess. And I have
the clock's ticking.
Yeah, it is. I've got music out there on Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff, and I also have CDs, and I forgot to bring any. So if you want some, let me know, and I can mail them to you. But I forgot.
Okay. So Empty Smith is out there. Make sure you follow and like him wherever on social media. So
we'll listen to it first and then decide if you like it, and then we can talk right here. But
just like it and follow it right now, and then listen later.
Sure.
You know you're gonna like it.
Yeah, I hope so.
So tell us. All right. So we got the background on your name. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up?
Yeah.
Are you an Iowan through and through all the years?
Yeah. I am from a monster town in northeast Iowa called Dunkerton. We have no stoplights. We have a Dollar General as of last year. We don't have a Casey's. Sigourney, this is the first time I've been here, and you have more on this block than we have in our entire town. So we're about 820 odd people.
Okay.
But yeah, that's where I grew up until 18, and from there I went to Waterloo, Des Moines, everything like that. Right now I'm in Ankeny, and but yeah, Iowa is, the older I get, the more I come to actually love it. Because when you're a kid, you're like, there's nothing here. And then now you're like, actually, it's really nice and beautiful, and there's a lot here if you just look. So.
All right, so on the map, where is Dunkerton located?
Northeast. Do you know where Waterloo is?
Yeah.
Okay. 25 minutes northeast of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So
how long of a trip did you have today?
For here, so I drove from Ankeny. That's where I live. So it was an hour and a half-ish or so.
All right.
So, yeah.
So you're putting in the miles to be here today.
You know, I get used to it. My girlfriend lives in Woodbine, so I go from there, which is over almost by Omaha.
I was going to say, you're going to have to tell me where Woodbine is.
Yeah. I didn't know either until recently. But
all right. Yeah. So tell us the background of your music. When did you start playing music and singing? And did you sing from a young age?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I was real shy, I'm still learning to accept my voice, I guess, as I get older. I started singing maybe 10 years ago, but I started playing bass and guitar when I was like 15, so I've been doing that quite a bit. I recently picked up the banjo. That's been fun. I'll get to do a little bit of that later on the show today. But yeah, music has just been a thing that God has gifted me with, and I get to use it, and I want to be a good steward of that. So, yeah.
And has it always been country music for you?
No, not at all. In my angsty youth, when everything was so hard and my parents paid the bills and I had all those things to do, I was more into heavy music. But
I mean, we were talking earlier.
Yeah, we were. You were singing Metallica in a major key. It was great. But the older I get, the more I kind of just mellow out, and I like sad songs. I like the older country stuff. One of the songs on my record that I just put out, my dad's like, that sounds like Kenny Rogers, and I was like, and then I listened to that song he was talking about. I was like, okay, I can see it. I'm not mad about it. So so just kind of, I like storytelling, and I like the stuff that has more deeper substance and yeah, the older I get, the more I just kind of want to lean into that and press it in. So
now, were you ever in any like rock bands?
Oh, yeah.
Or any? Okay,
yeah.
so the angst and the anger.
I think I got that out of my system. Well, from time to time it still crops up, but yeah, I don't know. I was in bands. I was doing regional. We're gigging and trying to tour and everything like that, and just played all the. I've driven very far to play to very fewer people that are here in this room today. So I've done that.
And then they're probably like, turn it down.
Yeah. I've done that, and I've done that. That's all.
I gotta know what was the playlist of like your rock bands that you were in?
Oh, it was all original stuff.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So a couple of different. I think I had 2 serious bands over my heavier music career. And, yeah, just. I got to do some things, have some experiences, some good, some not so good, and now I'm okay. I'm here.
Cool.
I'm good. I'm at Barn Wired here doing the Steve Chandler
Barn Wired
show.
in Sigourney, Iowa.
Heck yeah.
So let's go ahead and just jump into your first song. As you mentioned, a little bit later on, you've got a banjo, you've got the harmonica. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get some good stuff going on today.
Sure.
But what's song number 1 for today?
So this is a song called Look at the Sky. I'm a Bible nerd, so I like to kind of take things that I read and like put myself in the eyes of the characters. So this song is actually about, if any of you guys are familiar with the story of Abraham, he was given a promise like, hey, you're going to have a kid. And he's like, I'm old. I'm not going to have a kid. And then like 25 years later, he has a kid. And I just think about how impatient I am in my life. Like, I don't like to wait 25 minutes. And so, like, the tension between, like, having a promise and hope that you're holding on to, and then the fulfillment of that and wondering how it's all going to turn out. And that's what this song is about. I wish this microphone would stay up.
Is it going a little?
It keeps, but we'll do it here, and hopefully it's going to stay. So,
all right.
It's called Look at the Sky. Let's do it.
Empty Smith on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Thank you. There once was a man who lived a long time ago, who was given a promise but struggled to know if the promise was certain or just some cruel lie. Still he'd go out and look at the sky. He wanted a child, his line to pass on. But the years kept on passing, no child did come. And as he got older, his hopes started to die. Still he'd go out and look at the sky. 'Cause the Lord said, look up at the stars and consider their shining, and count 'em all up through the tears you've been crying. He knows all their names and he knows you've been trying to see. Dear child, please believe. He tried to take matters into his own hands and force things to happen according to plan. But the more that he forced, the more things went awry. It about broke him to look at the sky. 'Cause the Lord said, look up at the stars and consider their shining, and count 'em all up through the tears you've been crying. He knows all their names and he knows you've been trying to see. Dear child, please believe. He sowed some regrets and he reaped him some pain. But the good Lord was faithful despite his mistakes. 100 years before he looked in his sweet baby's eyes, he brought him outside to show him the sky. 'Cause the Lord said, look up at the stars and consider their shining, and count 'em all up through the tears you've been crying. He knows all their names and he knows you've been trying to see. Dear child, please believe. If you walk out alone on a clear summer night, go out past the city to find the true light. And if you're lonesome or lonely, wanting to cry, take a minute, look at the sky.
Empty Smith on our Iowa Music Showcase here at Barnwired in the big town of Sigourney, Iowa. Again, make sure you follow Empty on his social media outlets. So again, I should mention that the reason you're here today is because a mutual friend of ours, Allie Crummy, pointed me in your direction, or kind of pointed us into each other's directions via email, because Allie was here not too terribly long ago, a month or two ago, and she hooked us up and brought you here. So maybe talk about your friendship with Allie.
Yeah, Allie is a wonderful human being. We used to go to church together, and we were involved in like worship and music. And when she was kind of starting her career, I had a little bit more experience for like connecting with studios through my previous rock and roll ventures. And so I kind of like helped her and encouraged her and made a few connections, and from there she just took off with it and just she's amazing. It's so exciting to see what she's doing right now. And she's actually currently my producer. So nice. When I record, like, she is at the helm pulling out ideas and like making it all come together. She's so good at it. And she's a wonderful human if you've never met her, and she's an amazing artist. And if you are a musician and want some production, like, let me connect you with that, because she's great. I really credit her with helping me kind of grow and find a good sound. And I don't know. I have nothing but good things to say about it.
No, that's cool. So. Yeah, and hopefully Allie is watching and can hear the kind words that you're saying about her. Yeah, we had a really nice interview with her here not too terribly long ago. Now, so you've said your first song was kind of based on the Bible. You've been talking about hanging out with Allie at church. So is Christianity a big part of your life?
It is. Actually, I was a late... God saved me at 23, 24. Okay. So, yeah, I kind of was a wrecking ball for quite a while. And eventually he was like, nope, you're done. You're out of there. So I credit him with being alive, because a few things I'd gotten involved in shouldn't be alive. Sure. Or just in some very bad straits. And, that's my story, man. Okay. I'm sticking to it. So,
are you involved on Sunday mornings? With worship leading?
When I can, I play at bass at my church, and just kind of, we have a wonderful worship team, and I get to serve in any way I can. And I'm thankful to get to do that, because again, there was a time in my life where I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get to do this anymore.
Yes.
So
Very cool. So let's talk about your recording. You mentioned Allie helping you out with your recording. How much recorded stuff do you have out there, like, that's available on Spotify and different outlets?
Yeah, I have one full-length record that's 10 songs. It was my self-titled record. I put that out last year, so it's called Empty Smith. And then I just released a EP a couple months ago called Ain't Mine to Give. I took public domain hymns, which are like older, before copyright started, so before 20 odd something. So I took some of those and I rearranged some old classic hymns. Some are recognizable, some are a bit more obscure. And I love the way it turned out. Again, Allie helped me make something that I like the way it sounds, actually, versus you hear yourself recorded and you're like, oh, why do I sound like that? But she's done amazing. And they were so cool. And like, old hymns have such a robust content to them. They can touch a very deep part of your heart.
Sure.
Right there, so but
I was going to say, on your recordings, is it just you and your guitar, or is it a full band sound?
Oh, no. Again, with the studio that I record at, we have access to a lot of different things, so it's a lot more robust, filled out. There's cello, there's violin, there's organ, there's piano, there's drums. It's a lot more of a full arrangement experience. So I take these little songs like that, like you heard right there, and then by the time it gets to stuff that's out in the great wide world right there, there's a lot more layers and depth, and I don't know. I like both of them. Like sometimes songs work better stripped back, and then sometimes they work better when it's the full thing. And I don't know. I kind of depends on the song, which I like better.
Yeah.
So,
when you're playing out, do you play with a band at all ever, or is it just basically you?
It's just been me and my guitar, my banjo, and this here harmonica from time to time. I hope one day to maybe rope white knuckle one of my friends into helping me or something like that. One of my friends who plays cello, I'd love to twist his arm and make him do it because it's such a beautiful sound.
Yeah.
But I don't know. One day. It's hard scheduling and working and all of the things that comprise life.
Yeah.
So.
We've talked about that with different artists here in the last year and a half on this show about it's easier to just book yourself for a gig than try to get 4 or 5 different people.
I do not miss that about band life of like everybody and their mother's schedule has to line up and everything. And now, I mean, I work. I parent, and then I get to do this in the cracks in the margin as things allow. And I'd love to, maybe in a future season, I'll get to do it a little bit more. But right now, I'm just trying to be faithful to the opportunities that I'm given.
Sure.
So.
Well, why don't you, if you're going to grab your banjo up next, we'll get into song number 2. Again, while he is preparing that, make sure you, again, check out Empty Smith. And like him and follow him on Facebook and all the other social media outlets. And make sure you download, not just stream, as we've talked about. Streaming's nice, but downloading is where the artists actually make a little bit more money than the .000.
Yeah, .000 yeah, for that. Or if you want a physical copy of a CD, just message me and I'll get it to you. So I think I'm selling them for like $10, but we'll figure it out. So
call now.
Call now.
Call in the next 5 minutes.
Free shipping and handling. Yeah.
All right, you ready to rock and roll on this one?
Sure.
Okay, so what song we got up next?
Actually, so this is a hymn. It's called Abide With Me, and Henry something Light is the guy who wrote it, and it was in 1887. I don't know. I'm butchering the details, but I'm pretty sure his last name was Light. And he wrote this on, he was actually dying of tuberculosis.
Oh, wow.
And he wrote this song like on his deathbed. And I heard it, I don't know, a couple years ago, someone else did a version of it. And I really just fell in love with the depth of it. And then I never had it in my wildest dreams that I would do a version of it. But here we are on the Steve Shetler Media Cast in Sigourney, Iowa doing it. So let's make it happen. So it's called Abide With Me.
Here's Empty Smith once again on our Iowa Music Showcase.
Also, if I curse during this, it's because this thing pulls my mustache from time to time. So that is not part of those are not part of the lyrics. But. Abide with me, fast falls the eventide. The darkness deepens, Lord, with me abide. When other helpers fail and comforts flee, above the helpless, abide with me. On my head in early youth did smile, and though rebellious and perverse meanwhile, thou hast not left me, though I oft left thee. Unto the close, Lord, abide with me. I need thy presence every passing hour. What but thy grace can foil the tempter's power? Who like thyself my guide and stay can be? Till cloud and sunshine abide with me. to bless. Ills have no weight, tears lose their bitterness. Where is thy sting, death? Where grave thy victory? I triumph still, abide with me. Hold now thy cross before my closing eyes. Shine through the gloom and point me to the skies. Heaven's morning breaks and earth's vain shadows flee. In life and death, Lord, abide with me. In life and death, Lord, abide with me.
Empty Smith on our Iowa Music Showcase. Harmonica, banjo. Did you get any mustache hairs?
A couple, yeah. So I contained myself pretty well, but
you contained your fury.
Yeah, I was like, all right. You gotta do what you gotta do.
So we've got more with Empty Smith coming up. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and we'll be back with 5 random questions and another song here on the Iowa Music Showcase. Schedule your next dental appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster at Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental will file all of your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider. And Oski Dental is located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. That's Oski Dental, 641-673-4845. We make smiles happen at Oski Dental.
Iowa Petite Pearl from Tassel Ridge Winery is a complex dry red wine. The first impression is a lightly acidic entry, transitioning to dark fruit and a long, pleasing finish. It was made from Petite Pearl grapes, which were grown in our Mahaska County vineyards. It's a versatile wine that will pair with grilled meat or pasta with a tomato-based sauce. Iowa Petite Pearl is currently available at Tassel Ridge Winery and a few of our retailers in Iowa.
All righty, we are back live here at Barn Wired in Sigourney for our Iowa Music Showcase. Of course, we do this every Friday from 11:30 to noon. Get in here each Friday, hang out with us live and in person, or just watch it right here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. Coming up next week, we've got Danny Whitson coming to us. I believe he's from up around the maybe Cedar Rapids area. I'm guessing from memory, so don't quote me on that. But Danny Whitson will be making his debut here on the Iowa Music Showcase. We're hanging out with this guy today, Empty Smith. Empty, it's time for 5 random questions.
Do it.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so our question of the day. We have a question of the day each weekday on my Facebook page. That question that goes up at noon today: are sports stars overpaid?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
That's the short answer?
I don't know. I think my long answer, I don't want to get too verbose, but I do think that culturally we misplace value in things. So like, think about what we most need. Food. So I feel like farmers should probably get paid a little bit more. I don't need like football or basketball to survive, and I get it. It's cool.
You don't
yes,
think the star quarterback like deserves $100 million a year?
I think it's ridiculous. I don't know, but like, yeah. So food, healthcare, that's a whole nother juggernaut animal of its own. But I think that I do find it strange that celebrities, and even maybe it's just a weird thing to say as a musician. I mean, the arts are crucial, I think, for our souls too. But I don't know, celebrity like obsession and worship and overpaying is just kind of ridiculous in my opinion. But I think that the more I think the people who work hard to put food on the table, for the people who need food on the table, or the people who educate our kids or things like that, I feel like that should be maybe where a bit of that $100 million goes to.
My argument, I was talking about this on my morning show this morning. I brought up the question of the day. My argument for, and I'm not saying that anybody deserves that much money for playing a game, but my argument for was that if, say, the NFL is making all these billions of dollars. The money's going somewhere.
Sure.
It might as well go to the players who are out there sacrificing themselves for the entertainment of people. Because otherwise, I mean, the owners are already rich.
Yeah.
They're just going to get richer. So
I think it's not a bad thing to have money. It's what you do with it that matters. But also,
maybe the NFL should set up a thing where they pay teachers wages.
That would be fantastic, right? But it's not the world that we live in. But there's also a level of mastery, too, that these guys have been working their entire lives to do that. And how it's kind of a gamble to put all your eggs in a bucket where, say, if your leg breaks, then all these years and years of preparation and whatnot is gone. But I don't know. There's risk in everything. But I don't know. I feel like the people who do the most fundamental things for everybody's life to function kind of seem to get the short end of the stick.
I agree. So. That went a while, didn't it?
I told you. I warned you. So.
Well, see, I shouldn't have made the argument. I should have just
that's
let
good.
you answer.
Let's have a conversation and consider.
Question 2. This is much easier.
Okay.
Do you subscribe to any magazines?
No.
When was the last time you subscribed to a magazine?
Man, I remember Ranger Rick as a kid. Which I think they're one of, we still have some, and so my daughter, we get to go through those and read those now, and there is something different. I'll say, you think it's a short answer, but it's not going to be. There is something different about, a tangible media, versus reading a book versus, looking at information on a screen. There's actually a way that our brains process it differently, and there's just an experiential thing
it's
to
more
it,
important
too.
when it's in your hands.
Exactly. So, and even kind of looping it into here, you're talking about downloading, and some people want that tangible thing, and I feel like we lose the spirit when it's just well, I Venmo'd you some money, and now I have a file somewhere in the cloud right there. So I don't know.
When you can smell the new CD smell.
Yeah, or old books. You know what I mean? That's a lovely smell right there. So
what is that? Oh, that's Neil. Oh, yeah. That's what
that smells good too. I'm sure.
Question 3. What did you go to college?
I did twice.
All right, so
I'm that dumb. Yeah.
What did you major in both times?
So so I didn't fail. I just went on undergrad and a master's. My undergrad was at UNI for sociology, and then I got my master's at a place called Liberty University, which is out in Virginia. Well, no emus in sight. But I got my master's in pastoral trauma counseling. Because I used to work in mental health with a lot of people who had gone through horrendous things.
Stay for lunch. We're going to talk.
Sure.
Some therapy.
That's the biggest thing is just being that presence for them. But yeah, so I was dumb enough to go into debt twice, and so I'm digging my way out of that forever and ever, amen. But
Question 4: What is the group or singer you can't believe is still going strong? Who has stayed around the longest that you just can't believe that they're still doing it?
Man. Oh, gosh, just still going. Do they have to be good, or can they not be good? Okay.
Some people stick around too long.
Yeah, I mean, what is his name from the Rolling Stones?
Oh, Mick Jagger?
No, the other one, Keith.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he makes dirt look old. Yeah, he's
he started playing guitar back in
I can't believe
the Stone
that.
Age.
Yeah, they're still trucking, which good on you if you can still maintain that. But I saw what's his name? Gosh dang it.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. Frankie Valli, he's still going strong. There was a video of him out.
Yeah, that was not good.
Yeah, he did not look well, and I'm like, bro, just
he was lip syncing.
Enjoy your life, don't.
And he wasn't even close to lip syncing.
Be a corpse up there, just go, just enjoy your life.
It was
don't
bad.
Push yourself to do this.
Then question 5. Let's see here. What? Oh, this might get kind of. You say you're married?
No.
Oh, you got a girlfriend though.
Yes.
Over in Woodbine.
Yep.
Hi, girlfriend in Woodbine.
Hi, Annie.
Do you guys have any pet names for each other? Hi, Schnookums.
Well, man, I wasn't prepared for this one.
See,
right
this is the one that's going to throw you off.
Yeah, no, like love, stuff like that, like darling, things like that,
Hi, love.
Yeah. You got me with that one. That was kind of an embarrassing one.
Hi, darling.
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
There you go. That's why I can channel a little Conway, but.
We don't want to channel Conway too much.
Yeah,
Things
that will get bad. Yeah, but
Neil likes Conway.
There you go.
Let's do one more song. Sure.
Was that the last of the 5 questions?
That was for your 5.
Okay.
I can ask you a bunch more.
Okay, no, you ended on an embarrassing one.
That's
so,
good.
Okay.
Got things heated up in here.
Fantastic, yeah. Okay.
About pet names and Conway Twitty.
Yeah.
Let's do one more song.
What I hope you guys tune in for. Okay, now that we're having a good time, this song.
Now that we've loosened up a little bit.
Yeah. This song is actually on the other end. You're happy, and now this one's kind of a sad one. This is a song called "Are You There?" It is based out of the book of Job. It's actually almost verbatim, some of it. I forget which chapter it is, but I went through kind of a season where I kind of felt like that, like a lot of kind of lost everything in a very short amount of time. And so just, again, putting myself in that character, I feel like that you can feel like everybody loses something at some point in time, and sometimes people lose a lot all at once. Mm-hmm. And it's very natural and very real to ask the question, like, God, where are you in that? Like, why is this happening? Why is X, Y, and Z happening? And sometimes it just helps to know that someone else felt the same damn thing. So let's do it. This song is called "Are You There?" And it is I hope you don't feel like this, but if you do, this one's for you.
I want to ask you before you get started. The songs that you've done today, including this one, are they out there for people to listen to?
Yep. Okay. All the other stuff I'm keeping under wraps while I'm working on it right here. But this, you can find it. You can buy it. You can do whatever you want with it, but it's out there in the world. So,
all right.
Anyway,
let's do it. One last song here from Empty Smith. Put your hands together. Make him feel some love here this morning here at Barn Wire.
But not too much love, like Conway Twitty love. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Days like this, my spirit groans. Your hand is heavy on my soul. If only I knew where to go to make my case before your throne. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I wonder, would you hear my plea or prosecute me forcefully? I'm holding on to certainty that my just judge would set me free. Where can I go to find you? To east or west, you are not there. To north and south, I catch no glimpse of you. Are you there? Are you there? You know I tried my best to keep to all the good words that you speak. A lamp of light they've been to me, but it's getting dark, too dark to see. Where can I go to find you? To east or west, you are not there. To north and south, I catch no glimpse of you. Are you there? Stand alone, do what you please. Who can oppose what you decree? With things like this in store for me, that's why I fear you, Almighty. Where can I go to find you? To east or west, you are not there. To north and south, I catch no glimpse of you. Are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
Empty Smith hanging out here at the Iowa Music Showcase here at Barnwired in Sigourney. Well, Empty, this has been a pleasure getting to know you and hearing your songs and knowing that you call your girlfriend darling and
Hi, darling.
He's speechless. He's like, shut up.
No, it's good. It's good. I don't get embarrassed much. So you got it, man. It's good.
So good to get to know you. Again, people can get your stuff online, follow you on social media.
All the stuff at Empty Smith Music.
Empty Smith.
And again, just come say hi.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so he's going to be sticking around doing lunch with us here at Barnwired, as you should too. If you're watching at home or at work or wherever you're at, get in here, eat some lunch, and have some fun here at Barnwired. So we'll do it again next Friday. Coming up tomorrow morning, we'll be right back here in this exact same spot tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for the sports section. We'll be talking to local and area athletes and coaches. We've got athletes and coaches coming from Montezuma, North Mahaska, and yet to be confirmed, but fingers crossed, Albia. So yes, fingers crossed. So we're representing the area really well tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Tune in or, again, be here live and in person and hang out at Barnwired with us. All right, you guys have fun today?
You're such a gracious audience.
Appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys watching online or listening in podcast form after the fact. So tune in next week. We'll be here again. So for Empty, for my producer, Neil. That'll do it for this week at the Iowa Music Showcase. We'll see you.